You're standing in the middle of a vast, grassy plain in the mid-1800s. It's the definition of the middle of nowhere. There isn't a paved road for hundreds of miles, no Starbucks, no gas stations, just dirt, and maybe a lonely farmer on a horse. But then you look up. Rising out of the dirt right in front of you is a massive, majestic structure made of solid granite. We're talking laser-precise arches and stonework, so advanced it makes modern construction look like Lego sets. But here is the thing that makes absolutely no sense. It doesn't connect two cities. It doesn't even cross a major river. It just stands there, a giant stone monolith in the middle of an empty field. It feels like a glitch in the simulation, right? This is one of the most baffling anomalies in our timeline, and it forces us to ask the big question: why Tartaria built bridges where no roads existed? Now, if you open a standard history textbook, they're going to give you a pretty dry, "trust me, bro" kind of story. They claim these Tartaria bridges were simply future-proofing or built for railways that hadn't even been invented yet. But let's be real for a second. Does that explanation actually hold water? Think about the logistics. In the 18th and 19th centuries, moving cut stone weighing tons without modern cranes or semi-trucks was a literal nightmare. It was the hardest job on earth. To build a bridge with Roman or Gothic grandeur in a location with zero infrastructure seems not just ambitious, it seems economically impossible. It's like building a subway station on Mars before you've even built a spaceship. Unless, of course, the bridge wasn't built for the empty field. It was there before the field became empty. This is where we fall down the rabbit hole of the ancient bridges mystery. When you really stop and look at these structures, really look at the weathering and the placement, you start to realize we aren't looking at random farm equipment. We are looking at forgotten infrastructure from a civilization that operated very differently from ours. We are looking at the remnants of Tartarian infrastructure. Many of these structures show signs of being much older than the dates carved into their cornerstones. It's like someone just slapped a established 1,850 inches sticker on a pyramid. This brings us to a specific point that has confused researchers for years, leading to the headline: why so many ancient Tartarian bridges were built without foundations. And no one explained why. It sounds crazy, right? How can a massive stone bridge stand for centuries with no deep foundation? Well, the answer might lie in the controversial mud flood theory. Imagine if a massive cataclysm buried the lower levels of our world in feet of soil. The landscape we see today, it's not the ground floor. It's the second or third floor. What we are calling a bridge might actually be the top of a much larger structure, like an aqueduct or a massive building complex that's now mostly buried underground. The bridge creates a path over a depression in the new ground level, but its roots go down deep into the pre-flood world. This connects directly to a viral topic you might have seen floating around lately about bridges built before roads. It touches on the visual strangeness, but here we are going deeper. We are looking at ancient engineering secrets that suggest these weren't just for travel. In the official Old World history narrative, we assume bridges are just to get from point A to point B. But Tartaria bridge designs often feature specific acoustic properties. The geometry of the stone arches is incredibly specific, sacred geometry specific. They are capable of handling vibration and frequency in a way modern steel beams simply cannot. Some researchers of lost civilizations technology suggest that these structures were placed over specific waterways to harness the kinetic energy of flowing water, acting almost like a stone battery or a frequency modulator for the surrounding area. Imagine a world where the buildings themselves powered the grid. This changes the entire vibe. We aren't looking at poor city planning. We are looking at pre-industrial engineering that we have simply forgotten how to use. This isn't just a video, it's a hidden history documentary unfolding right before your eyes. The builders didn't make a mistake, we just lost the manual. And here is another thing. When we analyze the load-bearing capacity of these unexplained bridges, modern engineers are often shocked. They are over-engineered by a factor of 10. They were built to support weights far heavier than a horse and buggy, and even heavier than the early steam trains. It's as if the builders anticipated moving massive, heavy machinery. Maybe the kind of tech we've been told didn't exist back then. So, when we put all the pieces together, we get a clearer picture of ancient bridges with no roads, the Tartaria mystery explained. We didn't build roads to these bridges, we built our roads to find the bridges. We are living on top of a previous civilization, utilizing their old world bridges and claiming them as our own. It's like moving into a mansion you found abandoned in the woods and telling everyone you built it yourself. By questioning the narrative and looking closely at these Tartaria relics, you are doing more than just scrolling through YouTube. You are reclaiming a piece of human history that was almost wiped off the map. You are acknowledging that our ancestors were likely far more advanced and far more interesting than we give them credit for. And honestly, you should feel proud that you have the curiosity to look beyond the textbook. It's a total main character moment to question the world around you, and by doing so, you keep the truth alive. If this deep dive into the mud flood and the lost world gave you chills, or just made you look at your local bridge a little differently, do me a solid. Smash that like button, share this with your group chat to blow their minds, and subscribe so we can keep uncovering these secrets together. This is Dark History. Stay curious.